Hello, hello. I'm pretty sure we are here. This is a very annoying stream to set up. Yep, we are here. Very annoying stream. Alright, audio is good. Hello, everyone. We're here today, gathered for our once a year event. If you are unaware, every single year for the past 4 years, I have been ranking every single LEGO Star Wars set to come out that year. I've been doing it since 2022. And we're here today because what I believe is the final LEGO Star Wars set has been revealed for the year, or final release set, that is. I think there might be a promo that hasn't been revealed. I've heard talks of a Death Star promo, but I'm not sure if that's real or not. But yeah, we are here. We are going to be ranking every single LEGO Star Wars set of the year, and yeah, maybe doing some other stuff later. Might hop on Rivals a tad bit later. Um, well, let's see how that goes. But I guess it just depends on how long this goes for. Get that set up. Ooh. So we got our tier list. um, this is everything. This is pretty much every set except for foil packs. In combo sets, the combo sets are not here, and the foil packs are not here. But other than that, this is everything. Every single LEGO Star Wars set to release in the Big 25. And unlike other years, this is going to be a very weird tier list. This is going to be a very difficult one to actually do because of how strange this year has been for LEGO Star Wars. I mean, this has probably been the most controversial year for LEGO Star Wars ever, of all time. There has never been another year so controversial. It literally spawned a boycott. That's how crazy and controversial this year has been. And also, the prices. Prices have been very bad. So this is going to be a very hard list to talk about. We got every set from January to October here. Shrew, S tier, which will be the best tier. Every best sets will go in S tier, and the worst sets will go in F tier. You know how this works. We got Flow Bricks, 90% D to F tier. Now, I'm not going to spoil my ranking, right? However, let's be real. There's going to be a lot more down here. Talking about other years I've done this, for the most part, they've all skewed more towards middle tiers to higher tiers because the past 2 years, I'd even still say I've been pretty good for LEGO Star Wars. This year really hasn't. I guess without further ado, we can actually just get started with our first set because I think this first set is going to really illustrate how difficult this is actually going to be. And that is Ahsoka's Jedi Interceptor. I'm also going to be using brick set here so we can see a bigger look at the set. Now, I will also say, I barely own any of these. I only own 8 of these sets, and they're all the Seeper sets. I barely own these. So, and not like other years where I own half of the year of sets, or I own the majority of the sets released. I barely own any of these. Only one S tier this year, which is crazy. We will see. 2022 to 2024 was the second prime for Lego Star Wars. Honestly, I would say so. There's so many good sets. Honestly, we'll get to the Turbo Tank a little bit later, but the Turbo Tank, when you compare it to 2022's ATTE, it is crazy how far we've fallen. It truly is crazy. Let's talk about Jedi Interceptor. This is such a weird set because I talked about it in my video on Lego Star Wars' major issue, which is pricing. I got this set for $35, right? 35 bucks. Picked this set up on sale. Um, and I like it a lot. I genuinely do think this is the best Interceptor build we have gotten for Lego Star Wars. It is very sturdy, very stable, looks beautiful, great, great build. Figures are also pretty good. Ahsoka figure is probably the best Ahsoka figure we have ever gotten. The Anakin figure's alright. And the droid, Ahsoka's droid here, I forget the specific designation here, but it's a very good droid. However, this set has such an abysmal price. And we'll get to the battle pack a little bit later, but even though everyone always talks about how bad the battle pack's price is, I think this is actually worse than the battle pack price wise. Like, I think it is, because the battle pack, at least you're getting some mediocre builds, yes, but you're still getting like a bunch of army buildable figures and stuff, and you could say that there's value in that. With this, you're getting so much less. Like, it's crazy. I think the reason the battle pack just spawns so much more discussion is because it has battle pack in the name, and people like reasonably freak out when there's a $45 battle pack. But this is just as bad, if not worse. So even though I like the set a lot, I I'm leaning towards here, like high D, low C. Um, I think I will give it a low C tier because a lot of these sets are going to be down here, especially because a lot of them are more ugly. Um, I think the set is good. I like the set a lot, but its price is so bad. Yeah, we'll leave it a very low C because maybe we'll drop it down to D later, but it is very difficult because I don't want to judge the entire set based off its price, even though that's probably the biggest factor in a lot of these, because a good set with a bad price is still a bad set. But if we do all of these just based on price, they're all going to be like F tier, almost every single one of them, except like two outliers, right? Like they're all going to be really low. Um, so we're going to leave this here, might drop it down later. And then we have the ARC 170. A very, very similar circumstance here. $70 is crazy for this. Now, this is another set that I do own. I like the build a lot. I think the build, I only have one other ARC 170, which is the OG ARC 170, and I think that build is pretty good, all things considered. And I think this one is just an improvement on that. The figures are bland, generic, whatever. They're not anything crazy to write home about. Um, but again, we're in another situation to where the price tag is really bad. Granted, I don't think it's as bad as the Interceptor. Yeah, I am leaning more towards a B tier. Yeah, I think it definitely has to be a B tier. If the Interceptor's in C tier, I think this one definitely has to be in B tier. It's not funny enough, even though I do think the price on this one is bad compared to a lot of other ones this year, it is not the worst. There is worse. Um, there are definitely worse. So yeah, I would agree. I would put this in B tier. Um, we'll get these out of the way because I really don't have much to say on these. The Acclimator is just the Acclimator. It's pretty small. I don't have this set, but I've seen it in person at a Lego store, and it's really tiny, especially for the price. It is like concerningly small. Um, I think it kind of fits the vehicle like fairly well. I think it looks all right. It is a weird choice. I don't know why they didn't just go Venator. I know there is rumors that we are getting a midi scale Venator next year, which just it is a little weird that we're gonna have both of these on shelves at the same time. Like, I don't know. I'm not too big on this one though. It's just really eh. D tier. Yeah. Honestly, I think I will give it D tier because like it is a set that I just do not care to own at all. It is not a set that I feel like is good but overpriced. It's just kind of like whatever. It exists, but it's also overpriced. So like, yeah. I mean, we'll also get the home one out of the way. The home one, I also have no thoughts on. How expensive is this one again? I have it on the side here. What? Okay. Um. Yeah. Oh. Wow. Yeah. No. Not $70 worth. It's not as. I don't. I think it is better than the Acclimator though. I think putting these two at the same tier would be not good, but it is very badly priced. That is not worth 70. Well, yeah, I'll put it there. C tier, it's basic, yeah. It's another set that I don't care to own really at all. It's a cool set, I guess, but it's nothing that crazy. Grogu. Grogu is low key a like really sleeper pick for this year. Like we're gonna get to this with some of the other ones, but the buildable figures for this year genuinely are carrying. Like the buildable figures are the only thing that is like consistently pretty good about this year. This is way better than the previous Grogu. Not only do you get Grogu, you also get his little hover pod, which is pretty cool. Hold on, I will be right back. Just um, just give me like 2 minutes. Not even 2 minutes. Speed run. Yeah, just got food actually. So if you hear me munching, that's gonna be why. But back to what we're talking about. Grogu. Grogu is a sleeper pick for the year. To be completely honest, like it is a little boring. Yeah, I don't think I can give it an S tier for that reason. But honestly, another set that I do own. This is most of the sets I own are from the January wave. This one I like it a lot. It is definitely one of my highlights for the year. I think I'm gonna go A tier because it is very well built. The building techniques are very good. And this is one of the only sets this year that is fairly priced. $100, 1,000 pieces. You get two pretty good sized builds. You know, I think it is actually fairly priced. So I think it does deserve A tier at least compared to all of the other sets of the year. It is definitely a lot better. Um, I don't need to go on brick set for these two though. 4+ set, it's your standard overpriced 4+ set. To be fair, for 4+ sets, it does have a alright build. Figures are just Grogu, Mando, and the droid. It's nothing that crazy. I don't think it can go above D tier though. And this polybag is awful. Its polybag is so bad. I don't know what they were thinking with this, but it is horrific. It is like the worst Falcon polybag they could have ever done. And it's so weird because they had the printed piece for the cockpit. They have it. They literally have it, and it would have made it so much better, but they just didn't use it. I don't know why they didn't use it. They are so weird like that. Gotta take a bite of my food here. Yeah. What a weird January wave. This is already skewing a lot more downwards. Then we have all tree helmets. Let me get the other helmet pulled up. Where is it? AT-AT driver. We'll do this since this was the only set released in March. It's good. A little bit of a weird pick. Um, wouldn't be my first pick for a helmet set, and it's not one that I'm like really attached to. But I think if we like put all of that aside and just look objectively, it's a really good helmet set. They couldn't have really made this any better than it actually is, and it's the only helmet set from this year that's actually fairly priced. Like 800 pieces, $80 seems about right. A tier for all of the helmets. I do not agree with that. However, this will be getting an A tier. Um, yeah, this is definitely getting an A tier, but I do not fully agree on all of the helmets, I think. I think some of them are a little whack. We get Kylo Ren's helmet out of the way now. This is the most overpriced helmet set. Definitely a weird one. Definitely a weird one. I think it looks okay. Maybe I don't know how you could have done this better though. Like I know a lot of people complain about the exposed studs, but I don't think it looks that bad. It's not the worst set ever. It is the most overpriced out of them all. Um, I don't like it as much as the AT-AT driver helmet, so probably B tier. And I'd also put, just put Django's helmet in there at B tier as well. Django's helmet's also very, very good. A little overpriced as well, but it's still a good set. Not one that I particularly want, but the colors look very good. It looks about as good as you can make it in Lego form. Best helmet of this year might be because I plays Kylo though. I could see that if you're like a Kylo enthusiast, these all do work fine. None of them are bad per se, but I don't think these two are as good as the AT-AT driver helmet. Tell me if my munching's too loud, by the way. I'll turn down my mic. I was the I was the big 7 years of AIDS when Kylo dropped. Now here's the thing. Okay, cool. Nice to know. Um, here's the thing. Kylo in The Force Awakens was straight aura farming. I think he was so cool in that movie. Like he was aura farming the entire movie. He was so cool. Like that first scene where he stopped the blaster bullet with the Force. Oh, he was so cool. But I think, like a lot of the sequel characters, he was just kind of wasted potential, and they didn't really do much with him, um, nearly as much in the other movies. And I think Rise of Skywalker was pretty bad with him. My dad bought me a canvas of him in the forest for that with one scene. Rise of Skywalker, he was bad, but he looked cool as hell. I would agree. I think he did look pretty cool off the cracked helmet and stuff. Um, you know, still worst Star Wars movie, but at least he did look cool in that. Honestly, like out of everything, Kylo Ren didn't have nearly as much of a fall off as all of the other characters. Like, it wasn't nearly as bad as like Finn or Rey or any other character like that. Like Kylo didn't have nearly as he didn't have it nearly as bad as the others. He still had it pretty rough, but he didn't get absolutely character assassinated in the later movies. Well, he kind of did, but not nearly as bad. My newfound hate for Attack of the Clones has saved Res Skywalker from the worst film. Listen, I have been a hater of Attack of the Clones for so many years. I have disliked that movie for so long, but I cannot say it's worse than Rise of Skywalker. That movie is just so specially bad. It just fails at everything so spectacularly. Like they didn't have a villain for the movie, so they just brought Palpatine back because they didn't have a villain. The only cool thing from Attack of the Clones is Dooku and Jango. Yeah, I would say so. Although I would argue Dooku is cooler in other stuff. Even though he looks whack in Clone Wars, he's cooler in that. The duels in Rise Skywalker were cool to watch. Yeah, but the duels in like all of the movies are like alright. Like I really think that the fact that the story is just so horrific is just it just really drags it for me. Um, I get back to the tier list a little bit because I want to get some of these weird sets I don't have much to say on out of the way. Star Wars logo. It's a Star Wars logo. Another set that I don't own. I have seen it in person though at a Lego store, fully built. It is it is kind of impressive, to be fair. It is pretty impressive. It looks very good. And I could see it being a good centerpiece to a display. Like if you have your stuff all laid out right, it would be a nice centerpiece. It also is not nearly as overpriced as the Marvel version of this set, mostly because it doesn't have minifigures. But the only figure I could really see is like a George Lucas minifigure would have been cool. But like other than that, it would have just been generic throw-in minifigures like Luke, Han, like Leia. It's like, did you really need this set to have minifigures? Let's be honest. C tier, okay, wow, we're actually on the same track with most of these. I would say C tier for this as well. It is a very normal, standard set, not particularly bad, not particularly good either. It's just your average standard set. We'll get this out of the way real quick. Where is Kylo Ren's command shuttle? This set was like the first like seedling of the Lego Star Wars boycott. This is the first set that made people start turning their heads and be like, "Whoa, wait, the Interceptor wasn't a one-off thing. We're actually going this route, right? Like we're getting pretty bad." $70 is pretty crazy for this, and I will say, I guess it looks all right. I guess it looks like Kylo Ren's command shuttle, but like out of all of the Starship collection, this one is just so lame. It is just so much worse than all of the others, and I really do believe it is an F tier. This set is like actually a robbery. You should not pay full price for this. It's crazy. And sadly, it's not the only set like that. We still have like 3 or 4 others that are gonna be joining it because it is just it really is just not. This year has been so bad with stuff like that, and this was really the warning sign for many people that Lego Star Wars is going down this route, and it is going to be pretty rough. Um, let's talk about a good set. Shopper. I don't own Shopper. I do not own this guy. I do not own this low gremlin, this low war criminal. But I think, like Yoda, it is actually a very, very good set. I think it looks about perfect. I don't think you can make it look any better. Um, it $100 is also about right. Same price as R2D2. Yeah, he is a little bit smaller, but he's also a bit more like I want to call him chubby, but he's a bit more round. You know, he's a smaller, more round droid. So it has about the same amount of parts as R2, just without the 25th anniversary figure. Chopper figure is also just the same one from the Ghost. It's fine, but low-key, I'm thinking like honestly, you know, out of everything this year, I think it deserves to be an S. We're not gonna have many S tiers, but I think this set genuinely could not have been made better. It is a fair price. Build is good. I think out of everything this year, I think it does deserve to be up there um, in the S tier category. Uh, what doesn't deserve to be in the S tier category, though, and this is I have personal beef with, the U-Wing. Now, I own this set, and it is my biggest purchase regret of the year. This set is ass. This set is ass. It is horrible. The figures are fine. You know, ISB agent, Dedra, very nice to get a Dedra figure. Andor is a good figure, I guess, and Cassian Andor, a good figure, and K2SO is also a good figure. The U-Wing is, I guess, the only compliment I'll give the U-Wing build is that it looks good on display. If you're getting this for purely display reasons, it looks fine. It's very sleek, it's tiled off, it looks great. However, this is not functional at all. It has really no interior space. You can barely fit a minifigure in this middle section right here. Like, you can fit Cassian, like, kind of laying down in here, barely. Barely. And K2SO, straight up, like, doesn't fit. And then the top part here, you can fit Cassian, but he has to be fully laying down, which makes it look just awkward. And I will also say that there's nowhere to like clip K2SO in. So if you have both of your characters in this set, you're just gonna have K2SO just jostling around in there, just completely loose. It is such a embarrassment as a play set. This set doesn't work as a play set. It just doesn't. Like, you can't really play with this. So I would just imagine, like, as one of the like few play sets of this year, a kid would kind of be disappointed that he can't play with it nearly as much as you'd want to. And also, just comparing it to the original U-Wing, it is just so much worse. It's not F tier. I will say it is not quite F tier because it looks good on display, the figures are alright, but I cannot put it above D tier. I thought this was cool, and then I bought customs all these characters. Yeah, custom, the custom creators have been doing work with the Andor stuff. I'm not really in that scene, but I've seen some of the custom Andor figures, and some of them do look really good. All right. We'll do the UCS set first. I think this isn't going to be a surprise for anyone. We'll just put it here. Uh, you cannot tell me if you told me that this set was from the same year as all of these other ones, I would call you crazy. Like it's just goaded. I do own this. I bought this May 1st. It was the first Lego UCS set I have bought in a long time, and it's perfect. Genuinely, well, technically not perfect because Boba Fett has a bad hairpiece. We all know Boba Fett has a bad hairpiece. However, I do not let the one bad hairpiece that I can easily swap out ruin an otherwise perfect set. Otherwise, this is perfect, right? The main build that you're paying for here is perfect. Django minifigure is very good. It is one of the. I think it is probably top 5 UCS sets of all time. Star Wars UCS sets of all time. It is so good. Slave 1 is the only set I bought this year. Sold both figs on eBay. Hey, that's actually fair. Like the figs, like this is why I don't like let these figs like really bring down my enjoyment because they're like the least interesting part of the set. The actual build for this is gorgeous. Personally, my second favorite UCS set of all time. Yeah, it's definitely up there for me. It is definitely up there for me. It is so good. It deserves S tier. It's like it's way up here. It probably deserves its own tier to be honest because it is not on the same level as all of these other sets. It is not. Um, we could do the promo. Promo, Camino Training Facility. Eh. You know, last year's promo, I think I gave an S tier because I loved it. Like the droid carrier was very good. Droid carrier was very good. The build for this is whatever. It's nothing crazy. Your clone cadets are cool. I do like the clone cadets. They look great. But it is kind of just self-wear. I think it's like a B. It's not bad. It's not bad. Actually, no. Let's see. It's down here with these. Like sets that aren't terrible, but like they're not crazy. It's not a promo that I'm really um enthusiastic about, but it also wasn't anything I was offended out of. Like it's fine. Move Shopper down to A. Hmm, maybe. I might. I honestly might. You know what? Yeah. Yeah, I will do it actually. Because I think these two are about on the same level. I think Grogu and Chopper are about the same. And this really deserves to be on its own. Let's be real here. It really does deserve to be on its own. So I will actually do that. I will actually bring this down. Um, it deserves it. Promo is ass. I can get the Street Cadets for $15. Well, it's not helped. Actually, interesting fact about this promo. It's not helped by the fact that they re-released this promo. I think this is the first May 4th promo they re-released. Like a few weeks ago for August 1st, they had it back. I guess it had extra stock or something. It was just back. I do not remember another time where they've re-released a May 4th promo. That's kind of crazy. I maybe that's like common, but I have not seen it. So that's probably why the price of them is so low because like they're just everywhere. I got a droid carrier with my UCS AT-AT I bought in October. So maybe it is common. I don't know. I just never saw that happen before. Yeah, I've just never seen that happen before. I guess I'm just off base. All right, let's get to June sets because oh boy, these June sets. Where's the only good June set? This set's good. It's a good microfighter. The Plo Koon minifigure is gorgeous. This is one of the only other sets I have. Plo Koon minifigure is gorgeous. Really makes me want a new and updated Kit Fisto figure because, like, compared to the old Plo Koon, this head mold is just so great. It's such a nice breath of fresh air. Like, I want a Kit Fisto figure with this actually like solid head mold and not the rubber because the rubber just disintegrates over time and it gets loose and the printing falls off and it's a mess. I really don't have any complaints for the microfighter though. It's a little pricey, $15. It seems to be the standard now. Uh, I would have liked the full droid. I think that would have made it actually worth the price if they had the full droid. Granted, I don't know what you would do with the droid body, what a droid head is here, but it would have been just nice. I don't really have any complaints for this though. B tier because the microfighter. Well, that's not really fair because, like, yeah, it is a microfighter, but it's a good microfighter. Like, comparing it to some of the other microfighters we've gotten, I think this is actually fairly good. Like, the build is actually really nice, and the minifigure's great. So I think as a microfighter, it's like an A tier microfighter. So I think I, I think it does deserve to be up here, uh, towards top. Now for the other ones, ooh, for the other June sets, I'm not gonna be as nice. This battle pack was like the bane of my existence for a week. This this battle pack, I couldn't stand. I don't know what they were thinking with this thing. Um, the figures, I guess, are fine. You know, I guess they're fine. You get the two stormtroopers. You know, the night troopers, they look cool, and the death troopers look all right. But the build, I call this like the cardboard box. It's genuinely like a cardboard box. This is like a cereal box you have turned into a little vehicle here. It's crazy that we went from like the pretty good drop ship from last year's Imperial Battle Pack, and we went from that like pretty good build, has some flaws, but it's pretty good, to this with this flat like screen here that has holes on the sides. It's just a box. Awful helmets. The stormtroopers have bad helmets. Yes. The death troopers just have their normal helmets. Honestly, I even don't really love that this is an Ahsoka battle pack. I would have just preferred if it was normal stormtroopers and normal death troopers, especially with Andor existing. With Andor being, you could have just made this an Andor like stormtrooper, death trooper battle pack, or maybe even just Death Trooper and like ISB agent battle pack. I would have liked that a lot more than this because this really limits what you could display this with because you could only really display this with Peridia. Um, you can't really put this in a normal Imperial display. It just won't really work. It's weird. F tier battle pack, bad build. It brought back my beloved Death Troopers for an Ahsoka zombie slop. Yeah, I really wish we just got normal Death Troopers. This is actually F tier. This battle pack sucks. It's bad. And the Darth Maul mech we could probably just throw in there as well. I don't, these mechs have to be selling. They have to be selling these mechs. Like, people have to be buying them for them to keep making them. But like every single year, these mechs are always in the F tier because they're always like pretty bad. This one looks atrocious. Like it is such an ugly, ugly little thing. And the mall figure, I know some people have warmed up to no pupil small. I don't think he looks horrible. However, I don't know why you would buy this for just this figure. Like, I really don't think it's not even like a good figure. It's just a whatever. It's just the 2021 Darth Maul with the new head. Like, it's not anything that crazy. Need Stormies fixed before they fix helmet holes? I don't think helmet holes should be fixed. I don't think helmet holes need to be fixed. But Stormtrooper helmets definitely need to. For anyone's sake, just for the brick filmers' sake. Like, poor brick filmers, they just cannot animate with the new Stormtroopers. The body is a downgrade from 2021 Maul. Isn't that the same? Oh, either way, it's still going in F tier. But isn't that the exact same, or is there actually differences? I don't know. I wasn't like paying attention to the. I forgot the set existed like a few days after it was revealed. I don't know what I'm talking about days, like actually hours. 2025 has less detail on the waist area. Really? Why? They could have just taken the figure. That they made like that does be like a conscious effort to make the figure worse. Like why? That's actually crazy. What do we have next? Ah, yes, July. One set in July. I'm gonna be honest. This is one of the better sets of the year. I think this set, Chopper, and the Django Slave one are like the three best of the year. This set is sleeped on so hard. Yes, it's not on scale with the other buildable figures, so it will look a little weird, but I don't mind that much. I think it still looks pretty nice. Um, the stat build looks like really, really good. The battle droid looks great. I don't really have any complaints. Yeah, I'd say top of A tier, best set in A tier. Yeah, best set in A tier. Um, it's not quite S. I think this will be the only set in S. We can agree on that, but I do want to get that one day. I think one day I do need that. It is a set that I do plan on picking up later. It is a little overpriced though. 140 is weird. I don't know why they priced the set. Well, I know why they priced it at 140. It's because money, but you know, I would have liked it if it was 100. Just personally. Oh baby. All right, I'm gonna be ranting for like 10 minutes. So where is it? This set is quite literally everything wrong with modern Lego Star Wars. They took every single flaw that Lego Star Wars has had and threw it in the set. Well, I'll still rant about it, but we know where this is going. Uh, it's it's bad. Oh, forgot you had those USA price increases. Oh, is it not 140 in other countries? Oh yeah, because tariffs. Yeah, tariff moment, tariff moment. But G tier, F tier is too good for this set. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You cannot see it anymore. Put in G tier. Because realistically, it is worse than all of these. It's crazy. This set is so bad. It's genuinely so bad. Now, I guess the only thing that isn't horrible about it is the like Galactic Marines. The Galactic Marines look fine. They don't have waist capes, which kind of makes me upset. But they look fine. Bakara looks pretty decent. His helmet mode's actually pretty good. But I really don't think minifigures, just like how minifigures can't make this set worse because of its amazing build, minifigures can't save an awful set. They just can't, right? We can't let our blindness to minifigures blind us from our from this awful build. Because not only does this look pretty bad, not only is it tiny, like itty bitty. I saw, like, I think it was David put it next to the 2022 ATTE, and it was shocking. Like, it was so sad. It was so sad. It's so much smaller. It's crazy. They should be the same, like, size at least. Like, it's wild. Not to mention the ridiculous stability issues, which I wouldn't even have a problem with the stability issues, right? If they just had a handle. If they just had a handle you could pick it up by, the stability issue, I wouldn't care. Because you have a place where you're supposed to pick it up from. So if you pick it up from other places, and that's just a skill issue. But like, this set doesn't have a handle. It it's fragile. It just like falls apart and dies. Dude, I feel bad for kids who would have to play with this. Like, this would just disintegrate. It has like this Lego Minecraft sets with the creeper exploding play features. It has that. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, this set is just so bad. Not only USA got price increases. Yeah, I know, but did the Battle Ray get like special price increases? I don't know, but yeah, no, this is still the worst set of the year. One of the worst Lego Star Wars sets ever made. $160 for 800 pieces should not be normalized. We should not normalize this. And even though everyone's saying the boycott hasn't worked, I genuinely think it has. I don't know if it will make Lego's prices go down, but I see a lot less people buying this. Like, compared to like the ATTE and stuff like that, a lot less people are buying this. And in stores, they have a lot more extra stock. Like, there's still some like whales that are just buying a bunch of them, but I feel like the amount of people who are actually buying this set has gone down like significantly. Like, I really feel like even though the boycott, I don't think is going to make Lego's prices decrease. I think this set is not selling well. I really do believe that this set is not selling well. And that's good. It is a very good thing that this set is not selling well. Um, it's rough. It's a rough thing, rough sight to behold. Speaking of rough sights to behold, MTT. Now, I will say, the MTT is nowhere near as bad as the Juggernaut. At least the MTT looks pretty. At least it functions, The Juggernaut doesn't function. This functions. The figures are also pretty good. Um, Not the same as the Juggernaut, realistically. It is very small, and it is very, very overpriced. So it's not going to go much higher. But I will say it is better. It is slightly better. Even still, I'm thinking like a. Do I put in an F? High F, low D. I'm thinking. High F, low D. I mean, it's also really not. The price is bad. Let's not. The price is so like horrific that it really can't save it. Like, it really can't. And it's not even like the set's like that amazing. Like, it's a good set. But realistically, Ain't no one paying the price for it. And the set, even like next to other like clone vehicles or other separatist vehicles, looks out of place. It looks kind of bad. So I don't think I can give it D, because at least with some of these other sets in D, like the U wing, it looks pretty good on display. If you're displaying this with some other stuff, it's not gonna really work. I don't think. Yeah, I'm not feeling the MTT right now. It's just not it. Minecraft redstone pressure plates build. True. Hold on, I'm actually just gonna finish off my food real quick. It should have been episode 1 with Gun Game Battle Pack instead of Clone Wars. Um, to be fair, I do like that Clone Wars MTT because it's a version of the MTT we have never gotten before. So I do like that. But a Gungan Battle Pack would have gone hard though. To be fair. What are you talking about? I have I have been Gungan glazing as of late. I have 28 sealed Jar Jar heads. What? Care to elaborate? What do you mean you have 28 sealed Jar Jar heads? How does that work? You got Jar Jar heads and those like little like drug dealer baggies? Jar Jar heads came in a small bag. It doesn't really help me. Like a foil pack? So it's Lego factory sealed Jar Jar heads? Where are you getting this? How are you getting that? How are you even obtaining this? How are you getting factory sealed Jar Jar heads? Oh wait, do the Gungan heads go in the separate bags? Huh. I don't know. Huh, that's an interesting look into Lego's thing there. Very, very interesting. Alright, I'm done with my food. We can get the battle pack out of the way. Now granted, again, this battle pack I don't think is the worst value of the year. This set is really the set that like spawned the boycott. This and the Juggernaut both like contributed, but I think more people were talking about this because it's a $45 battle pack. It's weirdly not the worst value set of the year, surprisingly. Um, but I think this has really coined the term clone slop as like a standard thing that exists for Lego. Like that's just a standard thing that Lego Star Wars fans talk about is clone swap sets because it kind of is just slop. Like you got four of the same guy on one side, three of the other guy on the other side. You got one build for the Separatists and one build for the clones that is a reskin of the original. And you know what? If this set was $30, like the 501st, like the clones versus droids, I wouldn't mind it. It'd probably be like a B tier. You know, it wouldn't be great, but it would be like a B tier. You know, like it's a cool set, nice for kids. You know, they get. I do actually like that the Separatists have a pretty big presence here. Unlike the 501st Battle Pack, which was like all 501st, I do like that the Separatists have like a presence. So like if a kid did get this set somehow, like Jeff Bezos's kid got this set, you know, you got like the one side, you got both sides you can play with, and it's pretty cool. However, it's $45, and it's like, what? What are we doing? Like, what is happening? What is going on right now? And I know I've seen like two like Lego defenders out there in the trenches saying like, oh, it's just because of tariffs that's this expensive. It'll go down later. I really don't think so because I'm pretty sure the original rumored price was $40 before tariffs got added. So like even still, they were still planning on making this expensive and dumb. Like this is like the worst case scenario. They actually make sets for kids and makes play sets, but just make them unaffordable. It's like it's so annoying. Um, yeah, it is F tier. If the MTG is F tier, it definitely doesn't go above. To be fair, I do like it more than the Night Trooper Battle Pack. But where's my dirt build? Sure. What happened to the Felusa terrain? What happened to the Felusa terrain? The the Fortnite Mini. Oh, where did the Fortnite Mini go? Like, the Fortnite Mini, the little jar of Bacta. Yeah, they just got rid of it. Like, what? A lamppost versus Velusa terrain. The lamppost is iconic at this point. Here's a set that I think doesn't get enough hate. This set also is overpriced and dumb. I've seen more people giving this set a pass because it's not clone slop. And yeah, it's not clone slop, but it's still really, really overpriced. It's like $55 for like 300 pieces. Like what? Like what? To be fair, it does have this new windshield piece. It is cool. It does look sick. Yes. This guy, for like a split second, I thought was Darth Plagueis, and I like almost lost my mind, but no, it's just a guy. It is a cool looking guy though. Um, well, I really don't think this would get a pass. Because like it's not clone slop. Like it's still immensely overpriced. That being said, it's D. It's D tier. It's just better than the Ewing, but it's D tier. It's cool. The figs are cool. The figs are fine. I don't have too much attachment to these guys from Rebuild the Galaxy. Um, this guy's cool though. The orange lightsaber is nice to get, although we should have gotten it with the Ahsoka sets. I don't know why it took him so long to just recolor the piece. This is Duros. True. It is. Well, to be fair, he did kind of look like it. He's kind of got like you could kind of like make it out on his face a little. But he is a really cool guy. He is a very very cool guy. You know, this looks like an OC that I would make when I was like 8 years old. like he's just like a cool guy. He's got the chains connecting he got the chains connecting the lightsabers, you know. He's just a cool guy like that. Alright. Let's talk about a good set now that we've talked about all of the really bad ones. This set's gotten a little bit of unfair hate. It's kind of getting like wrapped up in the crossfire of the boycott a little bit because I do think this is a pretty good set. I do like that we have both UCS option and playset option. And $70. Yeah, that's about right for this. It's about right. The build's pretty good, you know. It's pretty good. I would have liked Django Fett to have arm printing. However, after the backlash from the Captain Rex's Y-wing microfighter, I am not surprised that they didn't do that again. Uh, and I believe this is Lama Su. I believe. I might be wrong. I'm a little rusty on my Kaminoan names. I'm pretty sure the other one is Tanui, and this is Lama Su. I believe so. It's pretty good. I like it. It's better than the Boba Fett's slave one from 2021, that's for sure. I think it's B tier. It's right here with the Arc 170, I think. It's B tier. It's a lot better than all the other ones from the wave. It's, I'd say, fairly priced. Good set. I always like that it comes with a display stand. And that also acts as a little cart. Like, I like that from the original Boba Fett's slave one, and this is just taking that again, which is kind of cool. And it's a little better too because it doesn't have the ladder that always falls over. So it's pretty sweet. V19's next, right? We'll do the V19 next. Um, this says weird. This says very weird. Because on one hand, I think it actually has the best figure selection of the year. I said this before, but the clone pilot is peak. Like, this is perfect. Obi-Wan is peak. Actually perfect figure. Ventress, I like the purple. I like the purple. I think the purple is good. I think the purple is good. It looks good on her. I know it's not screen accurate, but I think it's okay to take a few liberties. The build is like modernized Lego, maybe to a fault. The cool play feature where like gravity can like turn the wings and stuff is like kind of not there anymore, and it's a little sad. Um, it is also concerningly small. It's not as overpriced as the other ones, but it's still pretty bad. It's like $10 overpriced. Clone Pilot is the only good fig. Hello? Obi-Wan? Obi-Wan Kenobi? Hello? This fig's perfect. Dude is literally... They took him out of the show and put him here. You're like... Easy speak. Like, I will say, they have been cooking with their Jedi. Like, Ahsoka, Plo Koon, and Obi-Wan are all peak figs. I think this is C tier. It's going down here with the Interceptor. It's better than the Interceptor, though. It's C tier. It's not that great, but Obi-Wan that I own with dual motor legs. Yeah, but it's a custom figure, right? Like, I guess you could you do dual motor legs, sure. I mean, you can, I guess. It would have improved the fig, but like, it really doesn't bother me though that much. That's a very nitpicky thing for me. Like, he's got the arm printing, he's got the good printing, looks pretty good. Like, that's the best Obi-Wan figure they've made. Like, yeah, for Lego, yeah. Um, we'll do the UCS set now. UCS ATST. Very normal, very standard UCS set. I don't really care for this one all that much because I have the original UCS ATST and it's not all that different. It's just a slightly modernized, slight upgrade, probably a bit more stable, which is nice. You know, a lot of people missed out on that set from 2006, so you know, it is cool to get a new one. Cool to get a very new one, more modernized version. It's like a B, probably. It's nothing crazy. I don't think it's as crazy as the Django's Slave One. It's just a pretty good UCS set. Nothing that makes me like go crazy and be like, this is peak, but like it's still pretty good. K2SO. Finally, we get to another Scion. I just got this August 1st. This set rocks. It's really good. It's really, really good. It's got some crazy building techniques. I hate. This is why I have to disclaim that I don't own most of these sets because they always use like the worst promotional image. His face doesn't look that bad in person. They just picked like a really bad angle for the 3D render. Like, they just picked a really, really bad angle. Um, they made quite a few structural improvements. You could actually take the legs off the base. I would have liked if the legs could move since you could take it off the base on like C3PO, but it's a nitpick. On display, it looks really good. It looks about as good as this is ever gonna go. Not as good as these other beautiful figures, but still A. All the build, well, except for one, but almost all the buildable figures are A tier. I mean, they're all fairly good. Look awkward as hell to me personally. I guess, but it's not really like it's got a lot more articulation than you'd think, like from the pictures. It does look significantly better in person. I always say that. Wicket. Really second to last set because the advent calendar I'm not going to spend a lot of time on. Uh, Wicket. Wicket is a guy, I guess. I think he is the worst buildable figure of the year. I don't think he's bad. He does have a very goofy face. A very goofy face, but I don't think he's bad, but just not nearly as good. He's like a C tier. We'll put him here. Yeah, C tier guy. He's not bad. He's not great. He's just a guy. Wicket about to pee himself. Yeah, why does it's? I think it's the combination of the eyes and like the weird teeth here. They give him such a goofy face. Crazy. Um, the advent calendar. This is like the Glub's Shadow, the advent calendar. We got Babu Frick up in here. We got Babu Frick. We got Babu Frick. We got that one BD droid from the Mando's End One set. We got a pit droid. Uh, I don't know what that is. A buzz droid, maybe, but it doesn't really look like a buzz droid. It kind of looks like a buzz droid, but it doesn't have the buzz. It doesn't have the buzz as a buzz droid. You got C3PO with the red eyes. You got Christmas mouse droid. Droid Factory Advent Calendar. Yeah. Yeah, it actually is just Droid Factory Advent Calendar. I mean, it's not bad. I don't know where you could rate this though. I mean, like, I guess it's just gonna go and see. Like, it just has to. It's just an advent calendar. It's fine. It's an advent calendar. It's not gonna. It's not particularly special. It doesn't have any cool figs really. It's just glub shadows and droids. Babu Frick. Which means we have one set left that we don't have big we don't have big image for. Um, how do I go about this? I'm gonna do something, maybe a little goofy, maybe a little silly. I'm gonna play devil's advocate for this set for half a second here. I can kind of see what they were going for. I can kind of see that they wanted to make a set that has all of the rooms of the Death Star. They wanted to make very detailed, very accurate rooms of the Death Star. And I think in that they kind of succeeded. Um, I could see why they did it. Their reasoning tracks, but I think it was just the worst possible option compared to every other way you can make this set. Um, I think a lot of people for $1,000 expected the big circle and not just a slab, you know? They expected the circle. And I think they could have just made it slightly smaller and took the extra pieces from making it smaller to make it round. Because what everybody wanted was a cool Death Star that has a fine interior and it has removable panels, or at least panels that flap up and down. That's what we all wanted. Everybody wanted it. Would have been a slam dunk set, would have gained a lot of brownie points for a lot of people, but it just didn't. They just didn't do it. I can see their reasoning. I can see what they were going for, but I just think it fails. For $1,000, realistically, the set needed to be perfect. Like, if you're paying $1,000 for a set, it better be the best Lego set ever made, and it just isn't. It's not even close. The figures are just a bunch of reused generic figures that look like they're from a $60 set. Galen is cool. Most of the other things are just reused. They straight up took the Death Star throne room diorama and just put it here. I don't think it's lazy, as some people are saying, but I think the designers were just going too weird and abstract with it. Also, how do you display this? You could only display it flat against a wall. Any other way of displaying it, it just looks terrible. You can't have it in itself because it's way too tall. You can't have it way on itself because it's way too tall. You basically just have to put it on a table up against a wall, and that's about it. And just pray no one like looks to the side to see the backside of it, right? Because the backside probably looks horrible. That needs a dozen more figs. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think the figs really needed to be that perfect, but they needed to nail the build, and they just didn't. Like, it was such a slam dunk. It would have been such an easy slam dunk. But I think this is just dissuading and like alienating a lot of pre-existing Lego fans and making the Lego and making non-Lego fans who might be looking at this as a collector's item just be confused and not want to buy it because like it looks terrible. Yeah, there'll be a few people who buy it, but I really don't think this is gonna sell at all. It just looks so weird. It's gonna be so hard to display. Terraria. Well, he gives a Terraria slice of cake. Yeah, it's crazy that like every previous Death Star is better than the UCS Death Star. Um, it's not. I'm not gonna put it here because I could see the vision. I could see what they were trying to do, but they didn't cook. They didn't cook, so it's gonna live happily in F tier along with all of its friends. And there we go. That is our LEGO Star Wars 2025 tier list. The only year where C tier and F tier has the same amount of items. Holy airball. Holy airball. What a weird year. What a weird year. It's kind of crazy, you know. Like all these sets are so I think a lot of these sets had potential. I really think they did. Like all these sets had pretty fine potential, but so many of them are either overpriced to oblivion, horrible, horrible sets, or just like good potential sets that just were not executed right. And it's such a weird precedent for Lego Star Wars going forward that like this is the most controversial year of Lego Star Wars ever, right? Like there has not been a single other year that's been this controversial and this like crazy. We started getting some 2026 rumors. We got like a new Mandalorian battle pack coming out. We got a $10 set with Mando and Grogu. I don't want to be pessimistic, but I only think it's going to get worse. I will be completely honest. I don't see it getting better. As long as people are paying the prices for these sets, which some people will be, they're just going to keep increasing until like people genuinely stop paying. Like it's just how it's going to work. And next year, I think the set selection is going to be even worse because we got Mandalorian and Grogu movie coming out next year, and like I'm gonna be honest, like all of the sets are gonna be based on that. Like they're all gonna be based on that next year. 2026, so damn boring. Yeah, yeah. The set rumors do not look good for 2026. It's the one year I'm actually like I think one it is a little rough because Star Wars is just not making anything good right now. They made Andor, yes, but like everything else just hasn't been that notable. They're making a Book of Boba Fett next year. They're making a set based off the Book of Boba Fett, right? Like I think we are actually running out of ideas. Genuinely, we are running out of ideas. And I'm not saying Lego Star Wars should end or they should stop making Star Wars sets, but like genuinely we don't have like that many ideas happening. And like the few shows that we do have good ideas for, we don't have. And/or second half of the year. Only hope is that. But like, I don't think we will. I'm gonna be honest. I predict we're not gonna get a single Andor set next year. I'm just gonna say it. I don't think we're gonna get a single Andor set. It's just not gonna happen. There are quite a few good options. Lucian's ship, the Holcraft, I think is what it's called. That would be cool. Set. Uh, It's not the TIE Striker. What's the TIE Fighter in Andor season 2? That would be a good set too. Like there's good sets in Andor, but they're just not gonna make them. They're not gonna do it. They're just not. It's just they're just not gonna do it. It's not gonna happen. Give me that French Revolution Massacre set. I wonder if that is playing a part as to why they're not making as many sets. Because the one set they made of Andor season 1 was like at the very, very beginning of the show. And this is like this U-wing is based off like the final episode, like or like the final 2 episodes. So like I wonder if they're scared that they don't want to like make people mad or like piss off parents by making too many sets based off Andor. I'm willing to bet the TIE Avenger. I would love a TIE Avenger. A good TIE Avenger would be a great set. That's also what the TIE Fighter is called, TIE Avenger. There we go. A good TIE Avenger would be a great set. I don't think we're gonna get it though. I really don't think they're gonna do it. I think we're gonna get a bunch of Mandalorian sets. Like the entire summer wave is gonna be Mandalorian. It's all gonna be Mandalorian. Maybe a few Clone Wars sets in there, but that's really gonna be about it. It's mostly gonna be Mandalorian, I think. Anders' war got too realistic. Yeah, I think that's really what happened. Like, to be fair, Andor is more of like a political thriller, so like, there's not. You're kind of unless you're doing like location based sets, which Star Wars just doesn't do location based sets. You're not really gonna be able to do that well. UCS Mando N1. Maywave will be? Maybe. But I think the Mando movie's actually gonna kind of screw up a few years here because what Lego usually does is they do like their first wave, which is just a bunch of generic vehicles or whatever. Like we're probably gonna get an AT-AT with Mando and a few goobers in it. We're probably gonna get some other set based off set with Zeb or whatever, and then we're going to like a year or two from now, we're just gonna get a whole nother wave of Mandalorian sets. So I don't think Mandalorian and Grogu is gonna be a good movie, and I think that's really gonna make the next few years pretty boring for Lego Star Wars. Um, but yeah, that's final tier list. That's every set. A very disappointing year. Not the AT-AT next year's midi scale. Wait, yeah, it is. Oh my god, I forgot about that rumor. Oh my, yeah, Brick Flicker. Oh my god. What are they doing? What is happening? What are they doing? Are they okay? Give me Gosling Star Wars with the guy from Morbius. That's crazy. We're actually getting Ryan Gosling Star Wars. Like, I kind of want it to be good, but I mean, it would be really cool if it was good. It would be really cool if it was good. It would be great, but I don't think it will be. Yeah, there's our tier list. That's our silly tier list, all complete. Um, yeah, but it's probably like the shortest stream out of all of the ones, the ranking streams. I was going to stream some rivals, but genuinely, I don't know if I don't know if I have it in me. My voice is already kind of getting messed up, so I might new Lego Star Wars info dropped. Price points and pieces. Wait, what? Did it? I'm seeing. Hold up, wait. Actually, you're not wrong. Wait, what? I'm seeing Marvel prices. Did they actually? Did new stuff just drop? Oh yeah, new stuff did just drop. Um, can I pull this up? I don't think I really need to. It's just price points. It's like a $50 18 plus set, 18 plus an 18 plus half AT-AT for 4664. What? That's definitely midi scale. Another 18 plus set at 60. And $150 set in the first half of 2026 and 10 plus? What? Imagine that be like some clone vehicle. What clone vehicle have we not gotten? It's gonna be like a. I don't know. I can't think of any that we haven't gotten other than the UTAT, but they're not gonna make a UTAT at least now. Wow, and Marvel looks horrible as usual. Jesus. Yikes. Well, I mean, there's not too much here actually. DC in the slums. Well, hold on, because we did get new info that we are going to be getting 3 DC sets at least in March 2026. So maybe we can cope and we can hope that we're going to get some Superman movie sets, you know? We could cope, we could continue coping forever that we're going to get Superman movie sets. And maybe they'll come back, a huge comeback. We're going to get Mr. Terrific, we're going to get Guy Gardner, we're going to get all those very cool characters. Yeah, and it's definitely not going to be just 3 Batman sets. You got like two Batmobiles and like a mini Batcave. Definitely not going to be that. It couldn't be. Not my Lego. To be fair, I really do think DC, like Lego's handling of DC should be studied. It's horrible. It's so bad. It's genuinely so bad. Yeah, I don't look like there's anything else. Well, with that said, I'm probably gonna end stream. I was going to stream Rivals. I don't think I will because like my voice is already kind of dying, and I need to get work on the next video, which should be out soon. Hopefully, maybe. Um, it's gonna be another video of me just complaining because that's all you can do with Lego content nowadays. But I do actually have some non-complaining videos in the works. I have a video on Axel Force up and trying to make for like 2 months, but like I can't find a good opportunity to do it. So hopefully I can actually get that out. Um, I was gonna buy some Axel Force sets for the video, but I can't find any that are reasonable price, so I might just have to do it without that. But with that said, that's about it. I'm not gonna be streaming Rivals, but that's really about it for stream. I hope you all enjoyed. Yearly ranking stream done. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Out soon. Peace.